Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, my name is Beth. I am a mum of 3 in Suffolk in the UK. I'm married to Josh, and I am also a homeschooler. I homeschool my 3 children, and I'm a childminder, hence homeschooling childminding mum. And if you have been before and you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I feel like I'm building a nice little community on here now, and I love hearing all your comments and everything you have to say, and it's really nice to chat to some of you guys on the comments. So thanks for those and for engaging, and yeah, it's really lovely. So today is a big one. I've got some big news. I have been thinking about this for a little while. I have the people that kind of need to know, and I've been thinking about when to put it on here, because it will change some things that are happening on my channel, and I feel that this is kind of the right time. So as you know, I do childminding. I started about 3 years ago childminding little ones and doing it in the daytime, and then I started homeschooling my eldest 2 and found that was just too much, and also that was just a really hard job, trying to get 3 little ones to nap at the same time and settle all at the same time was actually really difficult. I don't know how anyone does it. If you're a childminder, like, to small children, small babies, my hat goes off to you, because honestly, I don't know how you do it. After about 9 months doing that, I changed to do just older children after school and then in holidays, and that has really had its ups and downs to my family. Many lovely things. It means that particularly the after school children, we've just got this really lovely little bond, and they're like part of our family now, and it means that my children have other children to play with like 3 days a week, which is really lovely and has been a nice break in some of our days. It's a nice kind of cut off. You get those days when like your own children going a little bit mad, and then I get to just introduce these other children in, and it just really has like sorted them out a lot. Some cons of that was when my littlest was at school, she found that really hard to come home and then still have lots of children here. And she really struggled with that. Since taking her out of school, it's been a lot better. She really loves me doing the childminding, but for me it has become a lot. It's become, although I absolutely adore the children that I work with, and all of them, the children that come after school and the children that come on holidays, they're like little family and they're lovely. It has become a lot for me to do recently. It has become, well, I'll go through that in a minute, but basically I'm sure you can all gather by now that my news is that I'm going to be finishing childminding and closing my childminding business at the end of this month, after the half term. So I told my parents a couple of months ago, so they've all had kind of 3 months notice to find other things. I don't know about where you all live, but here it's, childcare is hard to find, particularly stuff that is like, I do after school drop-offs and pickups for kids to different activities that they want to go to, and a kind of flexible childcare is really difficult. And so I'm really going to be sad to see all the kids go, because we have amazing times, but it's not goodbye. I've said to all of them, like, look, I am more than happy to look after your children every now and then, particularly in the holidays, but I just don't want to do childminding anymore. So I'm like, don't pay me, because I'm happy to look after your children and then come to my house for like a play date. But when I'm doing the childminding, it's just so much. Like, I'm finding it very overwhelming, very time consuming, because my day is just so taken up with homeschooling my 3 children. Obviously my littlest has been out since September, and that's added actually quite a lot more effort, because not only do I have to, is that like another hour homeschooling her, on top of the other two. She needs then entertaining as well. You know, she needs a lot of entertainment to keep her stimulated, and so that takes a lot of my time doing that. As well as the other two getting older and needing slightly more input at times. Obviously, Hope's doing her exams now, and she's needed a lot more input from me. Well, I have given her a lot more input, you know, kind of being really on top of her with her work. She's really good at doing it anyway, but you know, me, sometimes she needs help, like finding extra revision that she can do, going through other things. Like with the RE, we've been finding model answers for the 12-mark questions, if you know the paper, and being like looking on the internet for things like that, and that she kind of needs help with finding that, and so that has taken quite a lot of time. And then when she does exams, I have to scan them in, and then I give the feedback comes out from the tutor, and I read it through with her, and it just is taking a lot of my time, and it means that the childminding also takes me quite a lot of time. So it's 3 hours a day that I'm actually kind of paid for working, but it's easily an hour set up and an hour pack away at the end of the day. It's easily 5 hours a day, 3 days a week, and that's just so much when I'm trying to educate my 3 too. So I you know, every morning I get up. For example, now it's a Monday, my food toppers come, and I've had to prepare lots of stuff for the week. So I've made a mashed potato, I've made a pesto sauce, I've made a ice cream, I've got everything ready. I'm going through, I've got a vegetable plate ready to go, and things like that. There's also activities which I'm getting, so I'm just about to go and prepare some kinetic sand that we're going to do tomorrow, and it's just a lot of preparation, and then so I'm also doing that. Then in the mornings I'll get up and I'll get all their drinks ready, and I'll get the snacks ready, I'll get anything else for dinner that needs to be on that day. So tomorrow we're having sausage and mash, so I've got the mash done, but I'll need to prepare, like peel and chop the carrots, do the broccoli, because after, you know, we've started our homeschooling day at about 8:30. I'm busy then until kind of 2:30, when I then go out and then pick up the other children, and then, you know, that's it for me. That's the day done. A lot of our evenings are busy with things at church or other clubs for our children, so which are really important, and I don't want them to not do those things, but it means that the evenings are very busy, and it means that basically I feel like I'm getting no downtime in the day at all, and it's really hindering the things that I want to do. Now I know that sounds hilarious, that work is hindering the things that I want to do, but I really want to focus on our church. It's a lot. You know, we're a part of this new kind of church site, and building that up actually takes a real lot of time. I'm also preaching now at more churches, and writing sermons, it takes me about 8 hours a sermon, and that's really what I want to concentrate on, and I am very lucky that that Josh earns enough financially that I don't need to work. I've wanted to work because it means that we can't really afford for me to put up a pension if I don't work, and you know, it's nice to have the extra money coming in too, and we've used that for different things, but we're just going to pull back in certain areas and do that for now, because I think that, you know, I've got another 10 years really of my children's education, and I want to do that really well. Like I'm homeschooling because I think I can give them a better education than they'd get at school, and I really want to be able to do that well. I want to be able to take them on day trips and meet up with homeschooling friends and not have to be clock watching. I want them to you know, have friends over, and we not have to be like you. There's so many things that we miss out on because I have to be back for 2:30 in the afternoon, and that's really quite time consuming. It means that our evenings that are really busy, because then I'm kind of working till 7, clearing up, and then the littlest takes an hour to get to bed. She goes at 8, so then it's an hour of whatever, which is normally some kind of Bible study or some kind of ferrying someone around for some kind of group, get back, get her in bed, and then that's your evening pretty much gone. And it's just a lot. Also I think my littlest is starting she really wants to do more gymnastics, and so she's been starting some more gymnastics lessons, and I can't get her to all the groups that she wants to go to, and I want her to go to when I've got other children with me, because I need to they have to be my focus. As I said, I'm looking forward to the children coming over for play dates, but not having all that preparation, not having to provide activities, not being like an entertainer, which particularly in the holidays it is exhausting, and I feel like I'm just tidying up constantly, providing activities, tidying them up, and very little time actually for my own children. I think anyone who would say this, although there's lots of positives to childminding and you get to be with your children, I'm just like physically there. Like, I expect them to behave. I expect them to be the best behaved here, and I'm not at all spending any time with them. If anything, they come last on my list, because my duty really is for these children that are I've got really itchy nose, so that I'm being paid to look after, and so I'm not really spending time with them, and they're missing out on a lot of kind of seeing friends and going to things, because I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can't ferry you around because I can't fit all the children in the car, even if I wanted to, or you can have your friends over, but it's very very different, and I feel like I'm looking forward to this next chapter of a little bit of peace. And also since when I had depression, I felt like I needed to be busy all the time. I felt like I needed to earn money, because I needed to make sure that if Josh left me for any reason, that I needed to have some kind of independence, and I felt like I was worried that people would think that I'm lazy, and so those three things I kind of feel like I've just overcome. The whole being busy thing, I don't need to be busy to survive the day now. I am thriving, and I want to thrive even more. I want to not be so busy. I want to have time for people, and for my children, and for other things that I want to do. I want to have time to input into my church, and into the church locally, in the sermons that I'm doing. I feel that one of the biggest ways that the devil tries to distract us is by getting us to be super busy, and I don't need to be. Like, I'm in a massively privileged position. I totally see that. I don't have to we can live financially without my income, and it will be difficult in some ways for us, but there were different things that we can do. I'm going to try and make some of my own food again, which I'd started doing, but it's just a bit too much at the moment, and that actually saved me quite a bit of money. I spend about it'll be interesting to see how much I kind of money I save not buying extra food for other children. And obviously, like, when it's my children, I don't really think about what they're going to have for afternoon snack or for pudding. It's just kind of whatever's in the cupboard. But when I'm childminding, I'm purposely buying things for those, so it'll be really interesting to see how that changes, and without feeding so many. So I think there are ways that we're going to save money anyway. Yes, the second thing is I'm not worried about Josh leaving me. I just think if he does, I can sort it out. I'll be fine. It's not the type of job that is like a career, and I'm working my way up pay grades, and then if I leave, I'll be at the bottom pay grade again. It's not like that. If I wanted to pick up childminding again in three months' time, I could do. If I wanted to work at Tesco, I'd probably be on a similar hourly rate, particularly for my normal weekly rate. So that's not really an issue, and just kind of have given all of that to God, and that's not an issue now. People thinking I'm lazy, I've come to the realization that it doesn't really matter what people think. You might think I'm lazy, you might think I'm not. Actually, at the end of the day, to me, all that is important is that what God thinks of me, and that's fine. And so I feel like it's really lovely. I feel like that's kind of freed me to make this step, and I'm really excited about just having some time and some peace and some what isn't either word, just stillness. I realise I've still got 3 children, but I think that'd be really nice. Yeah, and as I say, I'm still going to see these children. I'm still going to, take them out, and I'm just like, I'll do a day trip. Like, I'll go to the beach and I'll bring you with me. And that's great. I just don't want to have to be writing risk assessments, or you have to have them in your head now, but I don't want to be thinking risk assessments. I don't want to be taking wristbands with my number on, high vises, writing medical forms if you've bumped your head. I don't want to be constantly having to watch you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Obviously you watch your children when you're out, but it's very different when you're being paid to look after these children. I don't want to be I just want to have a much more relaxed life, and for me that is just so lovely, and that's just a massive sign of the healing that I have gone through. And yeah, I am really sad to leave those children, because we just have like a lovely little relationship, and I love such privilege to be part of their lives. So yes, that is my big news. There are pros and cons, aren't there, to everything, but I'm quite looking forward to the next step in my journey. So I'm going to have my last day in the summer holidays. I'm going to order a bouncy castle. We're going to have a big party day. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. Hay fever, I'm sure. Going to have a big party day, and it's going to be I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be amazing. But yes, if you got this far, well done. Thanks for watching, guys. And here is the homeschooling childminding mum signing out, soon just to be the homeschooling mum. I'm going to need to find a new name, because there's definitely someone else called homeschooling mum that I follow like on Instagram, so I'll find a new name at some point. But yeah, bye.